morning, everyone. In today's video, I would like to continue on the series I have started on vegetable oil. So far, we've considered why people don't consume cocoa butter despite the abundance in West Africa countries. It's very abundant in Cameroon, Ghana, even in Nigeria. But why people don't consume cocoa butter? This I have expatiated in a past video on vegetable oil. We've looked at why you need to add olive oil to your meal. We as well look at how to shine your eyes. 7 things you have to consider before you buy that extra virgin olive oil. In today's video, we'll be looking at how to extract vegetable oil from seed. Industries, how do they extract vegetable oil from seeds? Take for example, whether corn, whether soya, whether groundnut or peanuts. So how do they extract, even from cocoa bean? How do companies, industries, how do they extract? How do they extract? How do they extract vegetable oil from the seed? We've established that virtually every seed has oil in it. So we are looking at the 13 processes involved in extraction of vegetable oil from a seed. Then we will also look at why the preference for hexane. We'll look at 10 major reasons in which hexane is being deployed in industrial extraction of vegetable oil from seed. So now we are looking at 13 processes or method involved in extracting vegetable oil from your seed. First of all, you have to get your seed. You have to get your seed available, whether you buy it or you harvest it, whether your corn, whether your soya bean, whether your bean, whether cocoa, cocoa seed, whatever the seed. Industrially, you have to check for the moisture content. Yes, moisture content for a cocoa should not exceed 8%. So, for companies to buy cocoa seed from you to be deployed for extraction of the oil or the butter, the first thing they will have to check is they will check for the moisture content. If it's high, they have to sun dry. So let's say it's also cocoa, let's say it's soya bean. Although for soya bean, the moisture content may be higher, maybe about 11%, because we need the soya bean to be moist. It's not that low like the cocoa seed, cocoa bean. So we are looking at 13 processes that are being deployed industrially to extract vegetable oil from seed. One, and that is cleaning. Yes, you clean. You have to clean. You know, when you sun dry, there is possibility of twigs. There is possibility of twigs. You may have some debris, stone, dogs, some twigs. So there will be likely unwanted thing. So you have to do sorting. You have to clean, remove those unwanted things from the seed that you want to extract the vegetable oil. Yes, the first process is cleaning. Is cleaning. Then the second process, like the second one, that is cracking. Yes, cracking or breaking. In cocoa industry, they normally use a breaker, yeah, a breaker to break the seed after you pass through the machine that the stone that clean the cleaning stage. It goes to the breaker. So the second stage is breaking. So they have to break the seed. You have to break or crack the seed. Yeah, breaking or cracking is the second stage in this process. Then the next stage after this is the hulling. Yeah, the third stage is the hulling. You dehull. In cocoa industry, they call it winnowing. Yes. After you break it, know there will be shafts. The shaft will need to be separated from the seed. So we call it the hulling or winnowing, in which you have to remove the shaft, the shell, the back of that seed. You have to remove it. That is the hulling or winnowing. The first stage is conditioning. Yes, conditioning or heat treatment. In cocoa industry, we call it roaster. Yeah, you have to roast it. Yes, we call it conditioning or heat treatment. At this stage, it has to be heated maybe temperature around 50 to 80 degrees Celsius. Yeah, you roast it or you subject it to heat treatment. Then the fifth stage is flaking. Yes, if you have a cocoa bean that has been subject to heat treatment, you have to what? Subject it to flaking. Yes. Why do you do this? So that it to have a large surface area, so that you can easily extract the oil from it. And the next stage is solvent extraction. Yes, solvent extraction, as the name implies, solvent. So you have to contact the flakes that has been produced, which has a larger surface area. You have to contact it with a solvent. And one will be so surprised what kind of solvent is being deployed in the industry to extract oil from these flakes that we've gotten. You'll be surprised. The oil, the solvent that is being deployed is ethane that is obtained from crude oil or from petroleum. So in this video, we'll be looking at 10 reasons why they prefer to use ethane compared to other solvent that is available. So as I've said, the sixth method is solvent extraction, in which the flakes that have been obtained after heat treatment is being subjected to a solvent. You have to rinse with a solvent. And this time around, the solvent that is being used is ethane. So, and one of the reasons why ethane is being used is because it's we call it selectivity. You get high yield of the oil. So after this is done, and the next stage is desolvatizing. Yeah, desolvatizing. We have to remove the ethane because ethane is from crude oil. We don't need ethane in what we want to eat, so we have to remove the ethane from uh, what we have, because at that stage we have what we call micellar, where we have the mixture of the ethane and the vegetable oil. So at this stage, which is seventh stage, which is the solvatizing, you have to remove the ethane. And ethane, the boiling point is not high; it's about 69 degrees Celsius. So you have to subject it to heat. So at this stage, you remove your ethane, and then we now have our crude oil. Don't forget the vegetable oil that is being sold to us. You see pure. So this time around is crude. So it has to go through some other processes. And that is what takes us to the ninth process. That is the gummy. Yeah, the gummy. You have to remove the phospholipids that is present in your oil. Yes, you have to do the gummy. After that, it has to go to neutralization. That's the 10 process in which you have to react with an alkali, maybe sodium carbonate, which is commonly being deployed in oil industry, in food industry. So you have to subject it to neutralization process. That is the 10 process. The 11th process is bleaching. So maybe you want to remove some color, or the color maybe is reddish, you want it to be light yellow, so it has to go through bleaching process. And the 12th stage is the odorization. So it's possible it has some odor that is not so pleasant. If you take a typical soya oil, I'm not sure you perceive a specific odor. So at this stage, they remove unwanted odor. That is the odorization stage. And the last stage is you have to cool it down, and that is cooling and packing. You have to cool and pack. Yeah, these are the 13 processes that are involved in obtaining vegetable oil from oil. Now we have to look at um, 10 reasons why um, the use of ethane is being deployed. Ethane, where do we get ethane? Ethane is obtained from crude oil. Yes, crude oil from petroleum. It's from petroleum where you get your petrol, you get your diesel. So one of the petrochemical you can get from your crude oil is ethane. Why is ethane being deployed in extracting vegetable oil? One, we look at it has high solubility. Yeah, the seed, the oil seed, they are very soluble. Yes, the solubility is very high. Yeah, it is a non-polar liquid. Yes, extremely very soluble in ethane. So all these vegetables are very soluble in ethane. Yeah, we talk about selectivity. If you have to talk in catalysis, we talk about selectivity. So ethane is very selective for the vegetable oil. So it dissolves the oil very well. The second reason is it has is what we call efficiency. Yes, highest oil yield among the solvents that have been deployed, whether toluene, whether ethanol or methanol. All these do not have, they are not so efficient in extracting uh, the vegetable oil from seed. From ethane, we have up to 95 to 98% recovery. That is one of the reasons why industry they prefer to use ethane to extract the vegetable oil from the seed. Then we look at the boiling point. Yes, we've mentioned the solvatization. So they have to remove the ethane after it has been used to extract. So the boiling point is not high. The boiling point is about 59 degrees Celsius. Because it has a very low boiling point, that's one of the reasons it's being deployed. The fourth reason is easy recovery. Yeah, we can easily recover it back mere just heating and vacuumization. Yes, through vacuum process, we can easily recover this ethane back. Easy solvent recovery and reuse. Yeah, we can recover it and reuse again in the extraction of the vegetable oil. Then the fifth reason is minimal damage to the oil quality. Yes, it does very minimal damage to the oil quality. It doesn't oxidize the oil. The sixth reason is it has low water affinity. Yes, it's not agroscopic. If any science students will understand the word hygroscopy. Yes, hygroscopic substance. The likes of ethanol. Ethanol is a very, I mean, is very hygroscopic. Ethanol is very hygroscopic. It tends to absorb water from the environment. So that's one of the reasons why ethanol is not being deployed. And the reason why then it's being deployed, it has low affinity for water. Then the seventh reason is that it produces high quality meal. After the oil, the zinc has been extracted, what we have is like a meal, or a cake of a particular seed. So it retains the quality. The protein structure is still intact. That is the seventh reason in which ethane is being deployed in extracting vegetable oil from seed. And then the eighth reason is that it has long industrial track record. Yes, for the past 80 years now, industrially, ethane has been the most common solvent that has been deployed in extracting vegetable oil from seed. Yeah, it has long industrial track record. The ninth reason is cost. Yes, no, industrially, when you are producing something, you have to look at cost. So it's cheaper than the other alternative. Yeah, it's cheaper than other alternative. And lastly, which is the 10 reasons, regulatory acceptance worldwide. Yes, in the country, in Europe, in US, even codex, they accept the use of ethane in extracting vegetable oil from seed.